We have just spent the last 8 days crossing the Atlantic Ocean on this cruise ship. We have finally made it to our first port stop here in the Canary Islands. Never in a million years did we think our travels would bring us as far as these remote islands. So if you're curious about what the Canary Islands have to offer, come spend a day with us here in Santa Cruz.
Salud. Good morning, beautiful people from Tenerife.
Canary Islands.
Canary Islands.
How crazy is that? We cruised into this harbour area last night and we've just docked this morning, so now we're just having breakfast and then we can get off the boat. We're on the island of Tenerife, which is the biggest island in the Canary Islands, and we're in the city of Santa Cruz. So we're going to be disembarking soon, which we've never disembarked from a cruise ship before, so we don't really know what the process is. So we'll bring you along with us in case you're also curious about that. One thing to note, breakfast is mayhem on a port day. Normally no one comes up to breakfast really, like it gets busy around 9 a.m. This morning at 7 a.m. it's insane.
The whole ship is
up here. It's crazy. They ran out of coffee, they're running out of stuff. It's like not enjoyable. So I'm really excited to get on the boat.
Yeah, people are actually disembarking now. We arrived at 7:30, so we've been offloading people for like 20 minutes already.
So they made an announcement over the loudspeaker to tell us we need to go down to deck 4 in order to disembark, and Max actually rang the reception desk to see if we need to take our passports because we are actually entering a new country. They said we don't need to take our passports, we just need to take our cruise card, which is crazy because they don't even have our photo on them.
But our card has a photo, we'll scan them.
Yeah, but like we're entering a new country and we just take our cruise card. It's not even real ID. That's pretty weird. Yeah. To me, that seems really weird. But we're about to go step for our first time on Canary Islands. Yay!
Thank you.
Hello. I guess you really just need our cruise card.
Wow. And that's it, after 9 days on the boat, finally getting off.
So there's a free shuttle that will take us from the boat to the town, I guess, or to the end of the port, I think. Not all the way to the town. But it's not a very big port, so we're just gonna walk. It's a beautiful day.
Also very curious about how expensive this is, because it is Europe, but it's also an island in the middle of nowhere. But it is Spain, which is usually tends to be a bit cheaper than the rest of Europe.
But it's an island in the middle of nowhere.
But it's an island in the middle of nowhere, so technically I don't even know if this counts as a new country. We'll just put it as an asterisk.
Absolutely, it counts as a new country. It's actually our 30th country. This is Spain.
30th country, guys.
Yeah. We just entered our 30th country and we didn't even bring a passport to it. So as we walked out of the ship, of the port, we're directly on Plaza de España, which is the main plaza of Santa Cruz. It's also underneath this plaza is where the original fortress of the Canary Islands was built, which was called San Cristobal. So I don't know, maybe we'll get to see some sort of like remnants of that. But yeah, this is like one of the main things to see and we get to see it straight away. This plaza is beautiful. There's this huge, gorgeous fountain that it feels like you could swim in because it's like it's not a pool, it's like a shallow walk-in, which is cool, but you're probably not allowed to. And then there's these cool statues and artwork around as well. There's a big monument. I guess a monument to Spain.
Those that gave life for Spain.
Yeah, and there's different statues around, and there's this beautiful wall over here filled with flowers. There's these gorgeous arches. It's really nice. There's also a lot of people here because this is right where you come out of the port, so it makes sense that everyone would stop and have a look.
I've never found myself Googling or Wikipedia in Canary Islands in my life.
Never.
I can be 100% sure I've never done it.
Know nothing about them.
So I have had no expectations, but I definitely didn't think there was a McDonald's.
Yeah, I know. Totally didn't expect that.
I thought it was going to be a fishing town.
It's so much more built up. Like there's high-rise buildings. and that is not at all what we expected.
No one's tried to sell me a coconut yet.
That's bad. I like the coconuts. So there's a few spots that we definitely want to go check out today whilst we're here. Plaza de España was one of them, so we can tick that one off. But for now, I think we're just gonna go for a wander around. It seems like we're walking up the main like shopping plaza street, but because it's still so early and it's Europe, nothing's open, of course. So it's actually nice just walking up and just enjoying the area. So whilst it's still early and it's not too hot, because apparently today it's supposed to get to 31 degrees, we are going to head over to the botanical gardens here in Santa Cruz. These specific gardens are called the Palmetum, which is so cute. And the reason it's called that is because this botanical garden is dedicated to palm trees. So it's just about a 20-minute walk from the port where we were, so not too far, and it has been a beautiful walk through this little city as well. And I think it's free. Let's go find out.
Gracias.
Gracias. So it turns out it's definitely not free. It's €6, or I think €2 or something if you're a resident, but obviously we are not residents, so we had to pay the €6. But we're gonna go explore now. This thing is massive. It's 12 hectares, which is huge.
So there was a little map at the entrance, and it has all the like countries and continents. So there's Australia, but there's also Madagascar.
So I think the palm trees in those areas are from those countries.
Ah.
Yes, because, second fun fact, it is thought to be, but not confirmed, the largest collection of palm trees in the world.
Really?
I don't know what thought to be and is, like what, like they specifically wrote thought to be, not is the largest. So I'm not sure.
That is very misleading.
It's a little misleading. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that, but I think what they mean is that it's not confirmed, but seems like it might be. I'm super glad that we came here early in the morning for a couple of reasons. One, there's lots of shade and you can already tell how hot today is going to be. And the birds are chirping. It's like so peaceful. One of the very cool things about this botanical garden is it actually used to be the rubbish dump for the city. So the rubbish dump was closed in 1983, and that's when it began being transformed into a botanical gardens.
New Caledonia. But why is this Australian map?
Because Australia is the closest continent.
Oh gosh. Alright. I'm gonna put it out there.
Gonna be a war in the comments.
We have a vote for or against. Is Australia a continent, or is Oceania a continent and Australia is part of it?
So what we learn as Australians in school is that Australia is the only continent that is also a country, one country, and is also an island.
Okay, and for those of you that think that Australia is a continent, then what continent in New Zealand and Fiji and Vanuatu part of? Huh? Alright, anyway. Look at this.
But look how big this palm tree is. Like the actual height of the palm tree is not big. This palm is the biggest palm I've ever seen. It's huge. This one's even bigger.
building is epic.
It reminds me so much of the Sydney Opera House. I think it looks a lot like it, but just a little bit different. And then right below us is this huge outdoor pool area, which I'm so sad because it's not open. It's completely empty. There's no water in the pool. But that was one of the things I actually wanted to go to today. Apparently, it's only like €2 to enter that pool. And it looks so nice.
Yeah, it looks really
There's like
nice.
3 different pool areas and they're massive, like huge pools. So you would definitely be able to have a good time there. Okay, I'm very good at Spanish now. So what I think is, it was obviously a barracks, but it was Castillos y Baterias. Sounds like barracks, right? And then I think it was destroyed by fire. It says Fuego de los Barcos Amigos. Enemigos, not amigos, enemigos. In 1779, se le construyó a grueso y elevado espadón. Hoy desaparecido. Desaparecido. Okay, so what I think is that it was partly destroyed by fire in 1779 from enemies who were attacking the barracks. I think.
Wow. It is so epic how it looks so much like the Opera House because there's even a cafe on the sides.
They copy us. They basically just stole the Sydney Opera House. No, it is an auditorium though, and it is on the seafront, which is just so strikingly familiar. It's funny. But actually down on the rocks in front of the water just here, they have all of these murals of famous singers, which is totally makes sense because it's an auditorium right there, and they're really cool. Like it has Madonna, it has Stevie, it has other people that I don't know, Bob Dylan, some guy named Brahms, Elvis, Igor Stravinsky, heaps of people I don't know and a few that I do. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a beach that we can go for a swim at, which is such a shame because the water is like perfectly clear and blue. But we're just walking along the waterfront here and it's pretty much completely taken up by ports. There's like an industrial port here, and I guess further along is the cruise port for the tourism. So instead we're just gonna walk along and make our way to the market.
Very touristic too.
This market is like an upscale market, not at all what I was expecting, but really like they're like little stores, not like market stalls, but like fixtures. Ah, they have salteña. €3.50. We're definitely not in South America anymore. The market was actually really nice, very focused on food. So lots of like bakeries, butchers, cheese, fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing, which honestly is the best kind of market there is. But we've been eating so much on the ship, we're definitely not interested in eating at all today. So now we're just making our way back towards Old Town, have a little wander around there, and poor Max He's gotten used to cruising life and now he's tired.
I like the buffet lifestyle.
Yeah, he misses the poolside buffet. But in all fairness, we have done like 18,000 steps today. So we have done a huge walk around Santa Cruz. In this part of Santa Cruz, you can really see the old like port town feel. All of these little houses that lead down to the water. They're all like quite narrow and just either 1 or 2 stories. Like Max said, this is more of the idea of what we had for this, kind of more just smaller, more quaint. This is really charming. I love it. And there's no tourists here, and it's so like colorful buildings. It's so nice this street. I can't believe there's no tourists taking photos or something.
Of the year. 2 euros for this? Kidding me? I'm gonna get wasted.
So we were walking back down this kind of old quarter area and we saw that out the front of this restaurant they have a huge sign that says this massive beer is 2 euros. We have not been drinking on the cruise ship at all because we didn't purchase the drink package and they're not exactly cheap. So this is such a nice drink.
Salud.
This is the big beer. But yeah, 2 euro, wow.
So good. And got a table outside.
Yeah.
Bring it on,
in
Europe.
The shade. I'm actually really surprised about how affordable everything has been here on this island. I really thought everything was going to be super expensive, but if these are the prices we have to look forward to when we reach Spain after this cruise ends, I'm excited.
Gosh, I've been seeing a beer being served every day on this ship on sunset, bloody sunrise even. They have a drink package. And now finally I get to have one. Oh.
We're gonna sit here, we're gonna people watch because we're on the main street, so there's lots of action going on, as you can probably hear. And enjoy our beers before we make our way back towards the ship. If you're looking for the cheap $2 half a litre beers, it's at 100 Montedito Cerveceria. It's literally right on the main shopping street. If you go to Plaza de España and walk straight up, it's on your right, you can't miss it.
Good afternoon, guys.
That was long.
I guess everyone knows we're leaving now.
Well, that's it.
I think there's 3 of them.
Is there? Let's wait for one more.
One more.
Is that it?
I think that's 3 when you leave port.
It's 3? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We've really enjoyed this one. Our next port stop is going to be Casablanca in Morocco. You guys have followed us along. We've actually been there before, but we are doing something completely different that we didn't do last time we were in Morocco. So we'll see you in Casablanca.
Ciao. You have something to say?
It's our ship. Am I pointing at it?
Yeah, you're perfect actually.
Are you laughing at me making jokes?
No, you're actually pointing at ENQUIRIES right now. I guess it's not called the Grandiosa for nothing.
Access denied. To deck 4. Please renew your call.
I know. And our bed's being made for us. Oh my god. Thank you, Ayu.